Okay, welcome everyone to day 4 of the 5-day Healthy Mind and Body Detox Challenge. This challenge is to give you a simple set of ideas and tasks that you can do easily on a daily basis and allow the body to detox itself as you go along. We will talk about longer cleanses and things like that. So this is going to be live in the Clean Food Tribe on Facebook. You can join that group. Check your email to get coupons and other things about the challenge that we may send out. Today's day 4. We have one more day tomorrow. And we also have replays that will be posted. So let's do a quick review. Day 1 was sleep. The importance of sleep. Are you getting 8 hours of sleep? We had asked you to do some homework, reflect on your sleep from the past couple of weeks. Are you having sleep problems? Are you drinking caffeine too late in the day? That could be affecting your sleep. Stress. I had gone to the dentist on Tuesday this week, and we had a whole conversation about caffeine and stress and anxiety. And the dental hygienist was prescribed an anxiety medication, and the dentist and her doctor asked her, and she asked her doctor, do you think drinking coffee affects the stress? Because she wasn't keen on, like, how long am I going to take the medication? You know, she wasn't really keen on taking medication. And the doctor said, well, how much coffee do you drink? And she said, well, about a pot a day. And so she decided to cut back to 1 strong cup first thing in the morning. And she didn't take the medication. And it resolved the issue that she was experiencing. So that was interesting that we had this whole sleep conversation. And when she was cleaning my teeth, she continued to talk for 30 minutes about caffeine and coffee and sleep and other things. And we also talked about like caffeine and acidic beverages in relation to your teeth and gum health. But day 2 was water, drinking enough water. 8 glasses. You decide how much water to drink. I do try to drink a gallon of water if I'm walking a lot, if I'm doing some weight training or more fitness related things. And then yesterday, we had a jam-packed day with nutrition and food, and I gave some demos for that. And you should definitely catch the videos on that if you haven't seen those already. Now today we're working our way up from the most important, which I believe is sleep. That's the easiest. And as we go up the pyramid, today we're going to be at exercise. You have water, relationships, meditation, spiritual, we have lumped together there, which we're skipping. We're going to talk about that some tomorrow. And at the top, you have other things you can add in, like hacks. Supplements would be in there, cold shower maybe. We're going to talk about exercise. Obviously, if you're doing a lot of exercise, water and sleep are going to be even more important, because you might be tearing down some of your body while you're exercising. And obviously, you could be sweating. You're going to need the sleep to recover. So sleep is an important time, especially for active people, especially the more active you are. So let's get moving. Let's talk about exercise. And what I'm going to recommend is you wake up, you go for a 35-minute walk. If you can go for an hour, if you can go like 3 miles or something, do that. It's a great time. It's a great way to start your day. You're focusing on yourself, and you can kind of like, you'll think about different things as you walk, and it kind of can be like a spiritual experience. You might think about the day, you might have something important coming up you need to plan. Maybe you're going to run a challenge, a 5-day challenge, and you're on day 4 of exercise and you want to think about that. You're going to be doing that later in the day. So you might take a walk early in the day. Now, I did take a 60-minute walk today already. Exercise gets the lymph system moving. The lymph is like the cleaning system of our bodies. It actually transports white blood cells around to locations where they need to, you know, take care of some business. So rebounding is a great way. 5 minutes of rebounding sounds easy. It's not. Or jumping on a trampoline. You can go, you might have a trampoline park near you. You know, go to the trampoline park and jump around for even 5 minutes. It's pretty hard. I do have a rebounder. I don't do it every day. The kids liked it. It seemed to calm them down. If they jump on the rebounder for 5 minutes, it stimulated their need to, one of their activity. When they're very active, it stimulated them. But it gets our bodies oxygenated. Obviously, you're breathing more when you're exercising. We're going to talk about breath today. And it produces some happy chemicals, endorphins. Now, we have 4 happy chemicals in our body: dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Dopamine is like you drink that cup of coffee in the morning. You eat a cupcake. You have sex. There's a lot of things that can give you that dopamine reward. It could be work related. You finish something, a hard project, you know. You're in flow, in that state where you're getting a lot of work done. It can feel good to accomplish things. But obviously sugar can trigger the dopamine response. Oxytocin is when, you know, you see, you know, a baby deer and it just looks so cute. And, you know, you just want to pick it up and hug it, or someone hands you, you know, a really cute baby, or, you know, you're holding your own baby and you just get that feeling of love inside you. Serotonin, we have naturally during the day, melatonin at night, serotonin during the day. Now, what depression medication, and you'll start producing serotonin when you get out in the light. So you get up, go outside, start your walk, you're getting light, you know, you're making that transition from night to day. And you're doing some other things. Serotonin, depression medication, basically your body will reuptake serotonin, and depression medication blocks the reuptake. So you have that happy chemical in your body most of the day. And then there's endorphins. Endorphins can be produced by like eating a hot pepper or working out. That's the runner's high. And, you know, that can be addictive too. Some people can be addictive to running and they want to run all the time because they're getting that endorphin rush. Why do we want to exercise? This is going to be a pretty overwhelming page of stats here. And there's all kinds of stuff on here. Obviously, you're breathing, oxygenating your blood is just incredible. It can actually fight bacteria, has all kinds of benefits. Reducing stress and anxiety. The endorphins is partly because of that. So that increases well-being, increases energy. I've always found that when I exercise, I have more energy the rest of the day. Maybe it's because that oxygen is pumping through my body. Your metabolism is raised. You know, you're burning more calories throughout the rest of the day. You will get these slides. a lot of these are related to either your physical body or your well-being. So I'd like you to think about walking 60 minutes a day. And don't think of it as just like, oh, I have to walk for an hour every day. You can be doing other things. You could be listening to something. So you could be getting educated on something that you need to use later in the day, in the week. Could be a book. You can be recording. You can talk into your phone. You might get ideas that come to you about a problem that needs to be resolved. Hey, Helen, can you hear the lawnmowers outside? We actually had a baby deer outside right now, and it's kind of confused. And unfortunately, like the lawnmowers came at the same time and the mama ran away. So I'm going to show a little picture. See if you can see that, how cute that is. It's right outside in the driveway, and it actually will let you walk over to it. It's not scared yet because it's too young. And yeah, there's lawnmowers here. So walking, walking is a body weight exercise. And you don't need a gym, there's no equipment. You could put some weights in a backpack and walk with that. That's called rucking, actually. A rucksack is actually a backpack. And you just put, like when you go hiking, you might throw some water in your backpack. You're actually rucking while you're hiking. So you're putting more weight on your legs. Sometimes when I'm going to walk, I might throw in 16, 20 pounds of weight in the backpack. It's also like making your posture, you can't walk and be slumped over. You have to kind of be stronger, have that nice straight shape. Now, so walking, hiking, rucking, there's different ways. You could walk one day with no weight, walk the next day. When you walk with weights, you're really working on your legs. You're definitely going to feel your leg muscles increasing. Like going up steps. That's always one way to get out of breath. Go up some steps. Up and down steps is a good thing to do. Body weight exercises, there's lots of those. Push-ups, jumping jacks, squats, lunges. Rebounding I had talked about. Now I would recommend, I have like this deck of cards, and you can get them, for specific specialties. So I have a body weight deck of cards, and you can shuffle it and pull out 5 and do those 5 exercises with like a 90-second break in between. And you could have a bonus exercise. These little deck of cards, you could take them anywhere, but if you want to mix up your workout, you can do that. Now, I also use an app called Seconds Pro. I can put a workout on my phone, and the phone will actually tell you what to do. It'll speak the workout to you. And I have some things like Tabatas in there. A Tabata is 8 rounds of 20 seconds of an exercise and 10 seconds of rest. So you might do 20 seconds of squat and then rest for 10 seconds. Some exercise places have you do like hold a plank for the 10 seconds. It's called active rest. Or you could hold a squat stationary for 10 seconds. You can also mix it up. Like you could do push-ups and have your rest, and then squats and alternate back and forth. So you're doing up 8 rounds. So you would do 4 of the push-ups, 4 of the squats. So push-up, squat, push-up, rest, squat, rest, push-up, rest, squat, rest, push-up, rest, squat, until you have your 8 rounds. And you could program that on your phone. You could always just have something that beeps. That's what Tabata is. what it does is it kind of gets your heart rate up and then lets you have that 10-second rest up. And that's really beneficial. We're going to talk about HIIT training and interval running. You can do interval walking. They have the same concept. Get your heart rate up, then you have a little bit of more of a cool down. Heart rate up, cool down. You can do that with interval running. You can do interval walking. You can walk at a normal pace for say 30 seconds and then walk at a fast pace for 10 seconds. If you do that a couple of weeks, you increase. I'm going to walk at a slower pace for a minute, and then I'm going to walk fast for 30 seconds. You can do it with running. You can do a walk run. You can walk for say 30 seconds and then run for 10 seconds. And you'll quickly go to where you're like walking for say a minute and running for 30 seconds. That's actually how people train for marathons. They will alternate walking and running. When you're starting out, obviously, if you can just run, you know, a 5K or a 10K, you could just do that. You can do it, run slow and sprint, run slow and sprint. Sprinting makes people faster. So when you work sprints into a run, you're actually getting faster. And if you have a heart rate tracking device, after you do those types of workouts, you'll notice your heart rate up and down. But you're getting like at that 80% of your heart rate and then letting it come down. And it's just, you know, it's proven that's really hot now. That's what most people do to train at some type of interval. Now you can even train like walking for, say, walk a quarter mile, half a mile, and then jog a 1/10 of a mile. It doesn't have to be complicated. And you repeat that for an hour, and you'll become a better runner. And you're like, I'm mostly walking, but I'm becoming a better runner. It will happen. Strength training, you hear a lot about that because of bone density. You have to put your body under stress. The body responds to stress that you put it under. I had talked about that during the sleep. Sometimes I only get 5 hours of sleep. You know, I mix it up sometimes. Usually I get 8, but once in a while I'm not gonna be upset if I wake up and it's 4 a.m. and I might just get up. And the same with strength training. You're actually just putting your body under some additional stress. Putting weights in a backpack and walking, going hiking, carrying things. Slow strength training is very popular now. Some gyms actually specialize only in the slow strength training. And you're only doing like one exercise for 90 seconds. You're using a lot of weight. Use a machine for that usually. And you might have a gym like that that offers that. You're only going there once a week for like 15 minutes or once every other week. And you just go very slow. So like one chest press, you know, you go really slow and you complete one chest press with a lot of weight. I would obviously be laying down if I was doing a chest press. Or a military press would be up like this. So slow strength training, you could easily pick 5 exercises if you had some dumbbells and just do slow movement, like do 1 or 2 reps. You don't have to do a lot. Compound exercises in the HIIT training, which is high intensity interval training. They use compound exercise, and a compound exercise is where you're doing more than one thing at one time. Like you might have weights in your hand and you squat down, and when you stand up, you push your arms up. So you're doing like double the work actually, because you're doing your arms and your legs at the same time. And that really can get your heart rate shot up very fast. So compound exercises is a good thing to do. Basically start with walking. If that's all you want to do that. You know, I have met a lot of people that just, they don't like exercise and they don't want to do that type of stuff, but it is so beneficial. You try to tell them, you know, you're going to have more energy, you're going to feel better. You know, your body, you know, it is your vessel. It's what we have on this earth. You know, it's our weapon. You know, it's our weapon that we show up. We show up for our families. We show up for our jobs. We show up for ourselves. So it is our vessel. You know, it's what we use here in this life. So you're in the driver's seat of your life. And I do believe you need to take care of your body. Obviously, nutrition is 80% of the equation on it, but that extra 20% is huge. So primarily what I'm trying to do here today is to get you to try some new things. And let's talk about yoga. Now, mobility work can be important. Like if you're doing strength training or you feel like the muscle aches from workouts, you can roll those muscles with a foam roller. Now, we're not really going to go into how you do these things. Stretching is important. You can stretch before you walk. You can stretch after you walk. Yoga is nice because it combines a lot of things. It combines stretching. If you can find certain yoga classes will have breath work at the beginning, which is really nice before you, then yoga, which is typically in a gym, they do the exercise yoga. And then at the end, you do meditation. So you can knock out some breathing, get your body oxygenated, do some physical stuff, which does involve stretching. Yoga is a lot of stretching. And I mean, you could spend your lifetime doing yoga and still, you know, there'd be things that you can't do. So it's wherever you are at your level, that's what you do. And then meditation at the end is really good. And with all exercises, there's like the very easy, the easy, and the hard. You know, like a push-up. You can do a wall push-up. You can do a push-up on a chair. Or, you know, you can do a knee push-up. You can do an actual push-up, the hardest push-up. Now, they do get harder. You could do a push-up where you push yourself off the ground and clap your hands, or there's lots of different, there's an alligator push-up where you're going down and switching your hands. So there's lots of variations of workouts. There's easy things to do, a crunch. There's always an easy way to do something. And you start with very easy. If you can do that good, just go to the easy and try the hard. So another thing that's good to incorporate in your life is a group sport. Now, why is a group sport? You are exercising, but if you're doing a sport, you're using your brain. So you're using your brain, you're exercising, and there's a social aspect to it, and you're socializing. So just like yoga is breath work, exercise, and meditation, a group sport, and you might do it once a week. You could do it once a week. It could be less than that. It could be anything, volleyball, soccer, using your brain, exercise, and social. So those are some great things to consider. And I know it's a lot. There's just so much you can talk about. Exercise gets you breathing, it gets your lymph flowing. There's lots of different breath work practices out there, box breathing. Tony Robbins actually has a priming exercise that he does in the morning. And I believe he combines it with gratitude, where he's doing, and he actually uses his arms and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. You do that 3 rounds of 30 breaths, and then you think of something you're grateful for, and you kind of like, you keep bringing in things and stacking them. So it's called a gratitude stack. That's how he starts. He claims to start his day that way. Wim Hof, the Iceman of Norway, has his own way. It's a similar way. It's 30 breaths, 3 rounds of 30 breaths. And Wim Hof has even shown people injected with E. coli, their body will start to attack the E. coli and reduce it by something like 90% within 15 minutes if they do his breathing technique. Now he started using breathing so he could swim in icy waters. And I think he's actually swam under ice for 7 minutes, his record. But that's how he started. Like, if you breathe, you can actually be out in cold weather like he has. And he does have retreats where he teaches people this. And they'll go out like in negative 20 degrees. I mean, it's crazy in shorts after they learn the breath techniques. So I think there's a lot we're discovering about breath now, and it's all about getting oxygen into your body. Now, another thing with the Wim Hof breathing is if you want to, the people that learn to hold their breath, I know sometimes you hear like, oh, some actor had to do underwater filming. And so they had to learn how to hold their breath for like 5 or 6 minutes. This is a good way to do it. You do 1 round of 30 breaths. And then, you time yourself, see how long you can hold your breath. Take a big, deep breath and hold it. And, you'll feel like you start to blow out your air towards the end, and you go as long as you can. And I was amazed, like I could do a 4-minute breath hold just after doing the Wim Hof method for a few times. And normally when I do the second round and I'll time myself, I won't go as long. And then the third round and time yourself and see how your time is. But what it's doing is you're pushing the oxygen into all your cells, like just flushing it. Your body will flush it all out into your cells when you do that. So it's been very interesting. I've tried that and I've enjoyed it. And I was amazed, like holding my breath for 4 minutes, because I would never think that I could do that. So I'm throwing some things out there, and you take what you think can resonate with you and add in, move out of your comfort zone, struggle a little. So I want you to take a 35 to 60-minute walk today and every day for 7 days. And so that's a simple homework. What else do we have here? So Helen, are you back with us, or?
Yes, I am. I have some questions.
Were you seeing the baby deer?
I did. It's so cute and adorable. Oh, I've never seen a deer so small. It must just have been born.
I know.
Okay, so I do have some questions for you. You may have answered some of these already, but we'll just go through them. I don't think you covered this first one. This is an interesting one. Is it safe to do a workout during an intense detox? Like if somebody's doing an intense detox?
Intense workout, you may not want to do, but you can work out and detox. You can certainly walk. I've done walking and strength training. You basically go by how your body feels. I mean, because if you have enough energy, and sometimes you can get the spikes of energy when you're detoxing, especially like if your body flips over to burning fat for fuel instead of the carbs for fuel, you can just get these incredible bursts of energy and productivity. I have done strength training. I wouldn't do it every day. Right now, I'm trying to train one part of my body each day, at least 5 days a week. And then I do walking every day and then a cardio. If I'm doing a muscle workout, I would do that 5 days. And just like, legs, chest, shoulder, arms, back. So I think you have to go. You can do it. I mean, if you feel like crap and you want to do a hard workout, it's just like, it could be a struggle, How tough are you? Is the question.
Okay, this is next question is a good one. It resonates with me. How can I stay motivated to exercise?
Well, I think we could read this slide.
It's a lot.
You want to look at your life and say, like, well, where are you now? Like, where are you in your relationships with your spouse or significant other, with your family, your kids, maybe your parents or relatives? Where are you with your body, your weight, your energy, your mental faculties? Where are you with your spirituality? Where are you in business? Because it all plays a part. And so exercise can benefit all of these things. And you need to jump in there and try it, try 6 months, just commit and do it. But if you have goals, well, this is, my body goals. These are my business goals. These are my relationship goals. And how can that support it? And, motivation is a tricky thing. It really is just doing it, just getting up and doing it and not letting your brain talk you out of it. Like a green drink in the morning, just get up, just automatically do it. Or maybe you brush your teeth in the morning. You don't think about it. Just start doing it. It becomes part of your life. And then when you see a benefit, well, wow, I'm actually thinking better at work and I made more money maybe, or, things are great with my kids. I'm showing up for other family members. So that's how I would do that.
Another thing is for us social creatures out there, the people out there who really like to hang out with other people, there are groups that it's almost like social exercise. So it could be a group that you get together with and you're exercising together. And so part of the motivation might be, oh, I get to see my friends at the group. Or I know in my neighborhood, I often see either couples taking a walk together or, two ladies taking a walk together. So they're getting their walk in, but they're also socializing. So they're combining their social their need to be social with exercising as well. So, and also you can get that support together because you're doing it together, and you can, you're more likely to show up to a workout if you know that somebody else is going to be there and you don't want to let them down. So that was my little motivation tip.
I mean, some people get a dog, and a dog can be social too, because when you're walking a dog, dog people will always, talk to you. And if you want to take a walk, you have to walk the dog, obviously. But a walk might not be enough. You might need to do a run sometimes too. But you reminded me, there is someone that was starting groups around the world, actually. I think there's quite a few in the US where they dance. It's morning dance. Everyone shows up somewhere, and it could be outside. And, people are greeted with a hug. And of course, I'm thinking prior to COVID, but I think we can hug again now. So you're greeted with a hug, and then you dance, they play music, there's a DJ, there's other, they might have some other things with that, refreshments or something, and people stand around and talk after, and then head out. And I'm forgetting what it's called, but it has something to do with morning dance. So that's a great idea because you're combining those things, like you said.
Okay, another question was about strength training, and also does that work? Can you have, does that produce fat burning, or are there special exercises for if you're focused on burning fat?
Increasing your muscle will burn more fat in general. The more muscle you have, the more calories you will burn in general. So it is good to put a little strength training in with whatever exercise you do. Typically, cardio is used to burn fat. Now, if you take like a boot camp or a CrossFit, they're doing the high intensity interval training. They're using the Tabata, the HIIT, and the interval training. And that is like the least amount of time spent with the highest amount of impact for fat burning. Like I said, compound exercises. HIIT training uses compound exercises. You know, they do that in CrossFit, boot camps, or Soldier Fit is another one. So the classes might be half an hour, but you really, and you might have little rest periods in there of like 30 seconds to 60 seconds. But when you work, you're working, and you might be doing multiple things like squatting and military pressing. Like a burpee. I mean, a burpee with a push-up, very hard. You do, 10 burpees with a push-up, I guarantee your heart rate is going to be way up. And then you could stand there for 20 seconds. And you'll see it comes down a little. But interval training is how they get fat burning at its optimal level. And also, you want to look at your calories and in general, eat less. Or eat better. When you eat better, you're actually eating less. More vegetables, you're eating less calories than if you eat, say, fast food or processed food. Okay, do we have another one?
Yes, there's one more question. I'm not sure how you're going to answer this one. How much exercise does a person need?
Well, I did a course on minimum dose exercise, and it actually seemed overwhelming. But little things go a long way. Like for the Tabata training, if you did that and say an 8-minute workout 3 times a week, combine that with your 35-minute walk a day, and then maybe you do one longer activity of like hiking for 90 minutes on one day of the weekend. There are ways to minimize it. But I would say it does involve more low impact exercise like walking and doing it every day. When you get into intense exercising, you might need a recovery day. So combined with like minimum dose exercises, there's another style called isometric. You pick 5 exercises. Like an isometric exercise is like a plank, holding a plank. A wall sit is become popular now at a lot of exercise programs. A wall sit is an isometric exercise. You're just sitting against the wall, but your muscles are clenched. You can do it. You can do one like this. Now I tighten my arms up and I clench as hard as I can for 30 to 60 seconds. And then I might do a wall sit for 30 to 60 seconds, a plank for 30 to 60 seconds. There's 8 main isometric exercises that you can do for your body for 30 to 60 seconds. Now you wouldn't really think, okay, I'm going to stand here like this, clenching my muscles, my biceps as hard as I can, and my fists. So my hands but you are actually increasing your strength. A power pose, standing like in the Wonder Woman Superman pose for 2 minutes will increase your testosterone. Something like within, I think it's 5 to 10 minutes after you do this. So that's going to make you healthier. There's some research now with, because of like the keto, people use this methyl polybutyrate salts that gets them into ketosis. Well, they're finding like when you combine that in a protein drink and vitamin D, that some people are able to build muscle, especially older people, can keep their muscle or actually build some muscle just by consuming those substances. Now, you should have some physical activity. Obviously, you can't sit around. You might be able to think your muscle's bigger. I'm not going to rule that out. But the physical activity is putting that stress on your body. So there's lots of things out there. I think the isometric is interesting because you're just clenching your muscles. You're not actually, going somewhere and doing something. And then walking. So there are some minimum dose exercise techniques. And we could post some links to more of those. The slow training is kind of like a minimum dose exercise technique. The slow strength training, where you're going in every other week for 10 or 15 minutes. But you have to find the right, a person that does at a gym that has a machine, and they'll just work with you for that 10 minutes. You could mimic it at home, but you'd want to read up on that. So yeah, I think it's doing something. Personally, I feel like I need to do more than like an 8-minute Tabata workout, but there are some workout programs that are like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. There are minimum dose techniques.
Okay, great. So if anyone has additional questions, make sure that you post them in the comments area in the Facebook group. You can also send them to info@naturalzing.com, and we will make sure we answer those. And I like Jeff's idea of posting some links in the Facebook group for some exercise techniques. So we'll make sure we'll do that. So watch for those. What else do you have, Jeff?
I mean, it is a big topic, and you can get overwhelmed pretty much with anything. So starting with a walk and then, thinking about some of the other ideas is a great way to start. Now, so during this challenge, we have an awesome offer that we're making so that you can try some of our things and put some of these things into practice and maybe develop a habit. So we're going to go over, we have a bundle of stuff. This is the Himalayan salt. You can use this in your water or your cooking or anything. You want a good salt, not a cooked salt. We have a new line of our Zura line. There's a Zura greens, that's spirulina, chlorella, and moringa. You can use this in a smoothie, a spoonful. You could take this traveling if you needed to on vacation. We have a berry line. If you like berries, you can make a green berry. You can put a teaspoon of each of these. There's over 50 servings in each of these cans. And this has camu camu, maki berry, and acai berry. Maki berry is just a great purple berry from Chile. It tastes really good. Acai is from Brazil. Camu camu is from the rainforest. All high in antioxidants, all high in vitamin C. We have a medicinal mushroom product, Zura mushroom. It's a blend of 14 mushrooms like reishi and cordyceps. That can be a huge benefit when you're adding in some of these practices or you're de-stressing. Now we're also including our daily greens. This is what you can just stir into a glass of water in the morning, 1 spoonful. It has lemon in it. It has all kinds of good stuff in it: kale, spirulina, chlorella, astragalus. You can read more about that on the website. Then we're going to give a bonus of our cacao powder. These go great together. spoonful of the medicinal mushrooms in the cacao and a hot cocoa, or you can make a chocolate smoothie. You can make a chocolate green smoothie. And we have a new chia protein powder. And that now we've run out of our 16-ounce coconut oil, so we're actually giving everyone who buys the bundle a 32-ounce. And if you watched me yesterday, I did the cookie sheet, roasted vegetables. It's just quick. It's good. I love certain things roasted. Brussels sprouts, just like those roasted. I like broccoli roasted, zucchini. There's nothing better than roasted zucchini, especially in the summer. And if you grew the zucchini. So that's our bundle. It's going to be available at $149 through June 14th. It's only going to be available for people that find out about it through this challenge. So what you could do with this is you can start your daily greens in your water. So that gets you drinking water and it gets the nutrition part of the greens. And then you have, if you're going to start making some smoothies or some drinks, you can have the protein powder and the Zura greens, the Zura berry and the Zura mushrooms. And if you want some chocolate, we want you to try our chocolate too. So in summary, day 1 was we talked about sleep, getting enough sleep. Day 2, drinking enough water. Day 3, nutrition. And today, exercise. Also, if you would like to see an upcoming challenge, we did a clean food prep challenge last month, and we're probably going to do one in the upcoming months. We're also considering like a green smoothie challenge or an immunity challenge or some other challenges. We may do a longer cleanse challenge, but that would be in September. Okay, so that's all for today. You'll get replays in the Clean Food Tribe on Facebook. And thank you for coming. You have anything else, Helen?
No, that's it. I will make sure that I get this Zoom video out to everyone. So watch your email, because from now on, I will be including all the day's videos in there. So day 1, 2, 3, 4. So that will make sure that's in the next email along with all the slides. So watch for that. You can watch the replays, or if you're on Facebook, of course, you can watch the replays in Facebook. Okay, thanks.
I'm going to have to go check on that baby deer because I think the mother kind of ran away and got scared.
Good idea.
So
Okay.
I'll see you.
Bye.